Hello everyone, Brett here. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick exercise to practicing your hammer-ons and your pull-offs for fingerstyle guitar. And I'm also going to give you an exercise that I learned in classical guitar, which is called Slur scales, which gets you practicing all of those elements. Hammer-ons, pull-offs, scales, and also shifting and playing those. So it can be used as a warm-up or just as a technique exercise. So let's go look at the first element, which is an exercise that I came up with for practicing hammer-ons and pull-offs. So I'll show you one technique that gets you to practice your hammer-ons and your pull-offs if they're not super strong. First thing we're gonna do, if you have trouble doing the pull-off or the hammer-on, you can take your other hand and hold the finger that's supposed to stay steady. So you actually physically push it and hold it in place. And then I'll try not to block the camera, but with this other finger, you practice either the tapping move. So you tap into the fret that you want to, and you can tap with any finger, second finger, third finger, or fourth finger. Tap in any of which fret that you like. Or you practice the pull-off move. So you pull off towards the bottom with any of those fingers. And as you can see, I'm holding this finger in place so it doesn't move when I'm doing the pull-off. You may not, if you're not used to doing this, you may not get very much volume, because obviously when you're going to do a proper hammer-on, the string is already going to be in motion. It's already going to be sounding. The purpose of doing this is to hold your finger steady in its spot as you're doing that exercise. That's the only reason why. This trick also helps for bar chords. If you're working on trying to get a bar, you take the other hand and you push right in the middle of where the finger is, and that helps to get your bar technique, because you don't want to have too much pressure with this hand. Similarly, when you're doing hammer-ons and pull-offs, like, you don't want to have too much stiffness in your hand that's doing that technique, because it will keep you from doing fast, fluid movements later on down the line. Next, we're going to look at the slur scale, but before we do, if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to the channel and also like this video. If you like these guitar technique deep dives or instructional videos, let me know. Otherwise, I am still working on the long form tutorials. They just take more time to make rather than these quick technique videos. So let's continue on with the tutorial. Okay, so here's the slur scale that you can practice. So a slur scale, instead of doing all of the notes of a scale one after the other, you repeat them. So we do a hammer-on from the first and the second note. And what I'm going to show you is the F sharp major scale. Anyway, so this is what we do. So the first two notes of the scale, we hammer them on. And I purposely choose my weaker fingers, my second and my fourth fingers, to do the hammer-on. Okay, and then after that, I need the next two notes of the scale are going to be G sharp and A sharp. So I have to move up into the fourth and the sixth frets. If I restart, I do second and then fourth fret, and then fourth and then sixth fret. You want to focus on doing it nice and slow, and you don't want to do too much speed. So you don't want to have it where you're going. That can be okay, but the point of this is actually really to work on your hammer-ons and later on your pull-offs. I'll show you when you get to that. So we start our hammer-on slowly. Next one, hammer here. Next, we're going to hammer from the first and to the second fret. If you want the tabs for this, you can go see on my website. I'll post a link and you can get to the tabs where I show you the whole scale. So you follow through the whole scale, repeating each note of the scale and then hammering on into the next fret. Here we got to use an open string. So that's the ascending pattern, so going up in the scale. Now when I'm coming down, I strictly do pull-offs this time. So I go back, and I can use the same fingering or different fingering. I'm actually not really paying attention to my fingering now. I'm just doing the exercise. And then I go, and I keep going. So the point of this exercise is to get you using fingers that you don't normally use for your hammer-ons or your pull-offs, and to practice them in different positions and doing them quickly. If you're looking for more help in doing these fingerstyle guitar techniques, or if you would like to take your playing to the next level and speed things up a little bit, check out my course called Play Fingerstyle Guitar Now, where I explain all of these techniques in detail, and also I give you more exercises like the one that you just saw today, to help you take your playing to the next level and better understand the world of fingerstyle guitar. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video.